Alright everybody, this will be a get to know me video, and I'm going to be doing it for the sports that I watch. This will be a get to know me NASCAR edition, so here we go with some questions that I've made. Number one, who's your favorite driver? Well, I grew up watching Jeff Gordon, and because I'm a Chevrolet guy, Jeff Gordon was my guy. First race I ever watched, I think he won, which I believe was 2004. I think he won Talladega that year, and that was the first race I watched, so he was my favorite. Number two, who's your least favorite driver? Brad Keselowski. That guy is one of the most arrogant drivers I've ever met in my life. He thinks he's all that, and he's not. He's won one championship, and Brad, when you actually win some more, then come back and see me. Number three, have you ever been to a racetrack? Yes, I've been to Daytona. I've not been there for a race. I was there once in the winter just to go visit the track. I would like to go to a race there, but I've been to Daytona, and that's the only track I've been to. Do you live close to a racetrack? Yes, I do. I live close to multiple tracks. Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte, Bristol, Atlanta, Martinsville. Where I used to live, I was close to Watkins Glen, New Hampshire, so. I think this is 5. Who is your least favorite manufacturer? Dodge. Back when Dodge was in NASCAR, I had no love for them. When you literally have 3 cars on the track competing against Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota, you should not be in NASCAR. I think any NASCAR team should at least have 5 or 6 cars out there. Dodge was a joke. You know, I'm going to get to another question on one of their car owners, but Dodge never should have been in NASCAR, so I'm glad they're gone. Do you like Roger Penske? No. I hate Roger Penske. Got no love for the man. You know, he was a guy who exited the sport at first to focus on, I think, back in the day, USAC and then IndyCar. And then he decided to come back. Well, Roger, if you want to be in NASCAR, stick with it. Don't just quit and come back. This was a guy who switched manufacturers like you wouldn't believe. And when Dodge came back, he decided to go back to them. Do you like Dale Earnhardt? Yes, even though I never saw Dale Earnhardt race, he was one of the best drivers. I have much respect for the guy. Didn't watch him myself, but I do like him. What was the worst race you ever watched? 2010, Amp Energy 500 Talladega. Worst race I ever saw. They literally mandated it so that you couldn't pass anybody. I think it was after the Aaron's 499 that year where there was so many wrecks. NASCAR basically put in this thing where you can't pass people, so you just have to ride single file. So all it was 188 laps of boredom, and I was halfway falling asleep for the race. Now, granted, this was back when I was younger, but it was just not enjoyable. Best race you ever watched on TV, 2005 Daytona 500, Jeff Gordon's last Daytona 500 victory. Thrilled to see him win it. I was very young back then, but knowing what it meant now, I love it. And his final win at Martinsville, his last career victory, getting him to Homestead. I watched that race, and I was so happy for my guy because I was like, this is probably the last time I'll see him win. So, do you think Toyota should be in NASCAR? No. They're a Japanese manufacturer. There's no need to have a foreign manufacturer in NASCAR. They should all be American. NASCAR is an American sport. If they were racing outside of the United States, then yes, I could justify it. And people will say to me, well, they did some exhibition races in Suzuka. That doesn't count. It's exhibition races. And Toyota has never made a overhead valve pushrod V8 engine for sale in the United States. And if you're not going to make a product that you can sell in the United States, why are you in NASCAR? That's pretty much why I don't like them. Do you go to specific stores with NASCAR sponsors? Yes. You know, I don't patronize sponsors. I'll go to any store. I don't care if it sponsors a driver. Like, if I wanted to go to Nationwide Insurance, even though Junior's not my guy, I would go to it simply because that's what's nearby. So, that was just a quick get to know me NASCAR edition. Eventually I'll do one too for the MLB and the NFL. Thanks for watching.